And a certain Madame has joined us in the studio now, Dr. Celestine Mensah. And we're talking the rising temperatures and how we can all ensure we beat the heat. Because as the sun gets hotter and Ghana keeps heating up, we end up also being on the losing side of it, from constant fatigue, dehydration, to loss of appetite and heat-induced illnesses. The hot weather doesn't just affect how we feel, it directly impacts how our bodies function as well. So we're about to have a conversation with Dr. Celestine Mensah, a seasoned dietitian, as we go beyond the usual drink more water advice to explore how the food we eat and the way we live can help support our bodies from the heat. Hi, Doc. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
It's good to have you in the studios.
Happy to be here too.
Fantastic. Now it's getting hotter. That no one has to tell us that it's getting hotter. But most importantly, how we can be able to focus on preserving our own health in the heat is something that I think we need to definitely speak about. So I want to start off with what exactly happens to our bodies when the temperatures get very high.
Thank you very much for your question, and greetings to all your listeners. So, when the temperatures are getting hot like this, the body finds a way of getting a balance. So what it does is that it slows down on some of the body processes.
Okay.
So metabolism, for instance, it slows down, particularly digestion.
Okay.
So the body is now thinking, okay, this is not the time to be focusing on digesting food. So let me slow down and then find a way of getting myself cool. That is how come we end up producing a lot of sweat during the hot weather.
Okay.
But we don't feel a lot hungry during the hot weather.
Okay.
Some people also do not feel hungry because the hormone that promotes hunger or the hormones that makes us feel hungry, the body does not promote or produce a lot of it at this hot weather.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So that its focus is mainly on how to cool itself so that it will be in a balance and not fail. Okay.
All right. So we actually end up we lose our appetites, but rather we now tend to be more thirsty and more dehydrated for that.
Yes.
Okay. Now, is it normal to feel tired and weak? Because honestly, sometimes by the time I'm done running through the heat or driving from one place to the other, I feel so weak and so tired. I thought it was just me. Maybe I'm not getting enough sleep, but it could actually be the weather that's affecting me.
Yes, it's the weather. So being tired and weak is one of the symptoms of dehydration. So the body works effectively. Its processes are more effective when the body is more hydrated. So in a dry weather where we are likely to get dehydrated, the body processes are not as effective as they should be. So one of the symptoms or signs of dehydration becomes you feel tired, you feel weak, you feel dizzy. So that is it.
Okay. So once you start to feel these symptoms, you know that you just need to at least start thinking of putting some fluids inside you.
Yes, it's one of the signs.
All right. Now, we hear drink water. Drink a lot of water, especially in this period. But is there such a thing as too much water?
Yes, there can be too much water.
Water
actually hydrates us. But the thing is, it's not only plain water that we need.
Okay.
We need plain water, some amount of plain water, about, let's say, 5 to 6 sachet, the 500 ml sachet a day. That is okay.
Okay.
If you are drinking up to like 2 times or 3 times this, what you are doing is you may be flushing out all your electrolytes from the body without replacing it.
Okay.
So the ideal thing is drink the recommended amount of water, about 5 to 6 sachet, the 500 ml sachet, and then try to also hydrate with some fruits and vegetables that are juicy, so that you can. Okay, so we can have some pineapple, some oranges, some watermelons, cucumbers.
Okay.
Yes. All these will help hydrate us. Beyond that, we can get our electrolytes also from these. Electrolytes are minerals that are in the body. They help to keep the fluid balanced.
So is something like coconut water something that you would advise?
Yes, no doubt.
Okay.
Coconut water will cool you down within some 30 seconds.
Okay.
It will replace the lost electrolyte through sweat. Potassium in particular is in coconut water.
Okay.
It will replace that lost electrolyte through sweat.
So with some people, you're able to really guess immediately you are dehydrated. You feel like your mouth is dry. You want something to parch your to refresh your throat. But are there actual signs beyond these to show that you are dehydrated?
Yes, sometimes when for the whole day you haven't peed, you're not urinated for the whole day, or from morning up to around 3 o'clock, you haven't visited the washroom. So it can be a sign that you are dehydrated. And then sometimes too, you go to urinate and you realize that your urine is very colorful, like deep yellow. Meanwhile, you haven't taken any medication like folic acid or something that will give you that result. So these are some of the signs that you are dehydrated. Some people also feel dizzy. They feel headache when they are dehydrated. So anytime in the weather like this, you are getting the idea that there could be dehydration. When you are feeling any of these symptoms, you should know that it's time to drink some water. You don't even have to wait to be dehydrated or start feeling these symptoms. Keep some water on you all the time and sip. Because naturally, you may not feel thirsty.
Right.
But you keep the water in your bag because you know the environment. You know the weather is dry. So you sip. When you feel there is dryness on your lips and you are thinking of lip balm, no, it's not lip balm. Do some water or fruit juice first before you apply the lips balm.
Okay. I like that. Now, sometimes people too, when they think they're dehydrated or they want something chilled to drink, they think of a soft drink or something carbonated, for not only the sugar kick but also because it's nice and chilled. Are these kind of popular drinks such as soft drinks actually helping us or are they harming us?
They are harming us, actually. They make us even feel more thirsty because when the concentrated sugar in there draws water from our cells and make us feel more dehydrated and thirst more for water. Yes. So instead of soft drinks, you can rather do like real fruit juices or real fruits.
Okay.
You can keep it a bit chilled and then
it will give that
drink.
Same effect to some extent. Okay. All right. Now, food choices. Let's come to that. Because beyond what we drink, what we eat will also now help influence how we are affected by the heat as well. What kind of meals are best to eat during this hot weather?
So in dry seasons like this, we advise that people should not eat a lot of deep fried foods because they are heavy in the sense that they have a lot of oil in there. And if there is a lot of oil in the food, what happens is digestion becomes slow.
Okay.
And I've already said that during the hot weather, the body slows down digestion. So fatty foods will sit in your stomach for so long without digesting faster for you to get your energy, for you to be active. Okay. So you feel sluggish and then you feel bloated. So we can do boiled or steamed food. So instead of maybe having the usual fried yam and then fried fish that people buy for their lunch, you can rather do maybe boiled yam and then contomere stew. Yes, something like that will do.
Should you be eating lighter or eating less in this time?
So we should eat lighter. The lighter means that not oily foods. And then the less means that you would portion your food according to time. So we'll do small, frequent meals. You do a little in the morning, a little in the afternoon, a little in the evening.
Okay. Now, in terms of apportioning the meals, sometimes, as you rightly said, you lose appetite in the heat. Is it right if I've lost the appetite to just skip my meals?
No, you have to eat. You have to be intentional because there is no appetite. You have to be intentional about it because at the end of the day, you still want to be healthy, and you don't take advantage of the weather. Naturally low appetite to say that's when you are doing your weight loss. Yes. So what you do is that make sure you are getting the right nutrients within the day.
Okay.
So you can eat little, as I'm saying, small frequent meal, but make sure that your main meals are well balanced. So well balanced means that you have some protein in there, you have some fruits and vegetables in there, and then you have some carbohydrates also in there.
Okay.
So this whole meal or balanced meal should be at least twice within the day. Then you can use some fruits or fruit juices in between.
Okay, all right. Now, lifestyle habits as well. What are some of the mistakes people make, nutritional mistakes that people make during the season?
Okay, so let me say it again. When the season is dry and the skin is getting dry, and you are thinking that, oh, let me get a good cream to keep the skin more nourished. Remember that the dryness is coming from within. So rectify what is within nutritionally by eating healthy, eating well-balanced food, eating fluids that will help the body to nourish it and reduce dehydration before you come to the creams.
Okay, for those that work outside, and we have a lot of people that are in construction or in those that work in security service that are always outside, what are some of the things they should be doing to ensure that they are not so affected by the heat?
Yes, so you'd have to be taking some breaks of the sun. So you are directing traffic. So once a while, take some 30-minute break, go stand under the shade and cool down. Get some water, cool yourself down, or get some fruit juice, cool yourself down before you come back to the road to do your work. Those who are selling in the market and on the roads, they should also take the same precaution because when you stand on the sun for a long time without hydrating yourself, without cooling yourself down, you can have problem. You can get exhausted as a result of the heat. So you cool yourself down, and before you even go to work, make sure that you had eaten good nutrition. If it is porridges in the morning, make sure that you balance your porridge with some protein, maybe with some granules or seeds, and then some milk. Just the porridge, balance it well. And then within the afternoons, if you don't have a break to go and eat a well-balanced diet, make sure you are drinking enough water, and also you are drinking some fruit juices to help replenish your lost electrolyte through sweat.
I like that. Now, finally, warning signs, because I know sometimes, but I don't usually hear it in this side of the world, but in other parts of the world, you hear things like heat stroke or heat exhaustion and people fainting or passing out from it. What are some of the early warning signs before you know you have a heat stroke?
So the body, those people, they sweat a lot. There's excessive sweat. And then the temperature also goes high. And then there is loss of water, there is loss of electrolytes. So that is it. So usually you'd want to prevent that from happening. So you take the precautions first.
Okay.
So now that you've heard that it can happen, you can be in the heat to the point that you're exhausted. You don't stand in for so long and think you're hardworking. Take some break, cool yourself down, drink some refreshing fruit juice, and then continue your work.
Absolutely. Finally, before I let you go, if you personally, Doc, had to choose between ice cream and fresh coconut juice in the heat, which one will you go for?
Fresh coconut juice. That is obvious.
So we shouldn't be thinking of ice cream when it's hot there.
No.
Okay.
The natural fruits are always better than the artificial ones or the fruit drinks. Yes, most of the fruit drinks may be having added sugar and may not serve the same purpose as the natural fruit juice or fruits.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much, Doc, for coming through. I had an amazing conversation with Dr. Celestine Mensah, seasoned dietitian, as we try and understand how we can be how all of us, can ensure that we can support our bodies and make the heat a bit more bearable for all of us through our nutrition, through our hydration, and through the other tips and tricks she just showed us if you are someone who works consistently in the sun, and how you can be able to navigate accordingly. Doc, final words from you before I let you go?
Thank you very much. So I leave you with the message that the weather may be dry, but don't let your nutrition be dry. Choose the right nutrition. Make sure that you are choosing some fruit juices, you are eating foods that are usually boiled and with well-balanced soups to accompany it. And also ensure that you are also not skipping meals, because skipping meals can also predispose you to other conditions that will not help you.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Doc. Truly a pleasure having you here in the studios. And yes, that's all you need to know about ensuring you're able to navigate within this very hot climate that we have here in Ghana.
Shorty's in the house tonight. Just grab her by the hand,